We recently had a very important anniversary in the United States, the 20th anniversary of 9/11. I might not have spoken about this, as I just did a video on veterans in prison and I wouldn't want to belabor the point, except that it's very difficult to speak about my case at length without mentioning the events of September the 11th, 2001. You see, I was arrested on October the 5th, 2001 for the murder of Donald Perez, which took place on September 14th, 3 days after the events of 9/11. I didn't hear about the events, nor did my co-defendant, Taibru, until the 12th, the day after. You see, he was undergoing some personal issues, which are perhaps left for another time, but he was considering the possibility that he might have to be homeless in the near future. He was considering living out of his car. He knew that I had been a Boy Scout and later a proficient woodsman and had been homeless for a period of time. As such, he'd approached me and asked if I could give him any advice, show him any tips. I think really he was hoping I could find a way so he didn't have to be in the problem that he was, but I didn't have a solution to that. As I recall, whenever August came out to the campsite that we were at, I had been showing him how to safely heat his car using a campfire and rocks. August came by and he had a printed piece of paper that he was going to show us. We didn't believe it whenever we saw it. It was the picture that everybody has seen of the jet just about to impact with the tower. We thought he was playing a mean joke. The three of us had a history of playing pranks on each other, and of course none were in this poor of taste. But August also had a history of perhaps pushing the envelope, not knowing where the social line was, at which point something stopped being a prank and started just being sadistic. We didn't believe him to the point that we actually went into town and went into a store to ask a random person if this had happened, and they confirmed that it had. This wasn't a joke, it had happened, and what a moment where Ty and I had to stop and reassess. We hadn't thought it was real, and I don't think anybody right when they heard it thought it was real. And suddenly we're having to reconsider our place in this new post-9/11 world, I guess is what it's called, both as American citizens and international citizens, citizens of the world. As it turned out, we had very little time to come to terms with this because later that day, August had asked us to meet him out in the woods on the day of September the 14th, the day that Donald Perez was murdered. The time that most of the nation, and I suppose the world, spent readjusting to a new reality and concerning themselves with this incredibly important international event, myself and I suppose Ty and August focused on other things to a pretty substantive degree. Looking back, I feel short-sighted or perhaps selfish that I wasn't more concerned with what had happened internationally. I wasn't more concerned with the thousands dead and the billions of lives changed. I felt like I had my own problems, and to be fair, they were serious problems. A murder trial, the possibility of execution, I thought about that a lot. But still, whenever you have to decide how to assess your energy, what to focus on, you can't just focus on your own problems. As you go forward in your everyday life, try to bear in mind that even whenever the problems that you are dealing with, your problems, they're overwhelming and you don't have anything left, if you do have just that little bit left, spending it worrying about things that are bigger than yourself, that are everybody's problem, well, it is a good investment of your energy, because those things that are everybody's problem, that are so easy to just dismiss at the end of the day as maybe I'll worry about it tomorrow because it's too big to fix right now. Well, they're not just everybody's problem, as if we are not a part of everybody. They're your problem too, and my problem too. They're everybody's problem. And if we just dismiss them because we can't fix them, we end up ignoring them instead. And that's never a solution. Thank you for listening today.